Great day, amazing community. It's me, Lucia Gabriela, at Lucia Gabriela TV, the place to be where we learn so much about love, relationship, intimacy, sensuality, and sexuality. And today we have an amazing speaker, and she's a friend of mine, and she's amazing. She's incredible. I'm so excited to have her here today in our show. Her name is Tiffany Janay, and she is a powerful woman transforming people's lives, transforming women's life everywhere she goes. She's incredible. She is literally so inspirational. When you follow her on her social media, she's really, really, really clear, precise. She's so inspiring, empowering, but also help you to take action in your life so you can live the life that you truly desire. So I'm introducing Tiffany. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. That was an awesome introduction. It's always cool to hear how I show up in people's lives. So thank you.
Yeah, you're such a great inspiration. Every time I see you post on Facebook, man, you're like rocket. Like, yeah, you bring me up into yes, get back into my my. And you also kind of post amazing stuff where we have to become real to ourselves, and ask the right questions. So a lot of times you post really make me think and make me go back into myself and you know what? That was a good question. Let me just dive deeper into it.
Yeah.
So please introduce yourself, who you are, and how you're helping the world to change in this aspect of their life, to help, to improve, to grow and transform.
Cool. So I am Tiffany Janay, and I am a full-time entrepreneur. My mission has really developed just from me finding my own self. I didn't go to school for this. I wasn't trying to create this. I was really just looking for a way to live a life and provide for myself and provide for my family and live safely without having to work a job that I didn't love. And that was killing me. So that brought me to here. And then I started studying about femininity after I got married and about what it meant to really be solid in the feminine and how to really use all of our gifts that we were born with. And so as I learn, I just teach and give back the information. So we host webinars, we do events, we do retreats, we're on tour, and just spreading the information and helping to raise the vibration everywhere we go. That's the mission.
And I know that you're doing such an amazing, incredible work because you're really rocking it. So I love you. I really, your pictures. If you are watching today, you gotta go and subscribe to her Facebook of her Facebook stuff because I want to call her following because every single post is incredible. Every single post really lifts you and also help you to create questions in your life. And every single picture of Tiffany is I love it. I think I got inspiration from you. Hey, she's doing an incredible photo shoot. I'm let me just have my photo shoot too because I want to, you always want to not imitate, but you always get inspired by people that you admire, and you're you know what? I like that too. So let me just steal that a little bit and make it my own.
Yeah, well, I love it because I love seeing all your new pictures too. So that's cool.
Well, you're one of my biggest inspirations to get all those photo shoots. So I was let me get in the tree because one time I said in the tree, let me get in the tree, and I'm just in the tree, climbing it and hugging it, and making love to the earth and all that stuff. I'm okay.
Yes.
I love it so much, and I love your relationship with your husband. It has been such an incredible journey, and also incredible inspiration to see couples. Conscious and mature couples like this living their life, and yeah, you're incredible. So let's get into the topic. I can share so much about you, but let's go into your Facebook, follow you, and fall in love with you like I am falling in love with you, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about the topic today is about womb health. We're talking about our womb. Oh my God, such a delicious topic, and also the yoni egg. Yeah, that's my favorite. So let's start with that.
Cool. So womb health, I started studying with an author. When I started learning about femininity, I got a book. Someone gifted it to me, and it was called Heal Thyself. And it was by Queen Afua. And that book just totally opened up my whole world, where I was whoa, I had no idea that this is who we were as women and what was available to us. And then from there, I just started diving in. But her book was all about womb health, how to honor yourself, how to take care of it, how to heal yourself for fibroids and cysts and any other unnatural disease that could be plaguing our bodies. And so I didn't have any of those things, but I just learned from, you know, what could possibly happen and then how to take care of my body. So that has really transmuted my journey. And then I just kept taking different courses with different teachers, learning about femininity. And at some point I came across some yoni eggs, and that was told, you know, for your journey in womanhood, you should get into yoni eggs and it's going to help you on your path. And at the time, this was about 5 years ago, I went and I Googled yoni eggs to find some. And there was about 3 companies that came up at the time, and all of them were done on a blog. So there was no e-commerce websites at the time. And you had to write the blog owner to say, you know, this is what I'm interested in. Do you have that? And then it would take a few days for them to get back and be like, no, we don't have that. So then I would be, okay, what about this one? No, we don't have that. And then, so the process just went on for so long. And I was like, this can't be it. Like, if this tool is so important for women, this can't be the only way that we have access to this. You know, we should be able to just get it and order it and it comes to us. So that inspired me. And I started manifesting like a source, and I found a good source. And then I was the very first person to launch an e-commerce website dedicated to yoni eggs. And from there, the business has just really taken off to where we had to make it a business, to where my husband and I had to get very serious about what we were doing, because we had women coming to us by hundreds and just asking for help. And, you know, I heard that you helped this person. Can you please help me? Like, what do you recommend? And so that really took what we were doing just as an offering to really like beautify it and make it an experience for our clients so that they can get what they need. And now it's this beautiful tool that helps, like, okay, this is a yoni egg, right? And so it's a crystal, and crystals are living beings from the earth. They all have their own energy, and they have their own personality, and they have things that they specialize in. And they help us by bringing whatever that characteristic is, we can bring that into our life to where they're basically being an influence by holding their vibration. And so that in itself, like, you can wear crystals, like I have them on my rings and necklaces and earrings and stuff. You could have them all around your home or wherever you're at, but bringing them inside of your body into your womb space is just something that's super special. Because to speak on the womb, this to me is like our magical garden. It's like your genie in a bottle that you're just given from being born. And many of us don't know the true potential. And I don't even think that I mean, as much studying as I've done, I don't even think I've realized the full potential of what the womb could really do. But what I have tapped into is really powerful, and knowing how to manifest, because this is where all life and creation comes from, is out of this space, not just human children, but we are giving birth to our families' dreams, our personal goals, our health, our energy, like every single thing that is around us. We women are responsible for birthing this. And so we're doing it whether you know it or not. But when you do know it, then you can become a purposeful creatress, and you can start to do things on purpose rather than being a victim to circumstances and saying, like, I don't know why my life is like this. Basically taking responsibility for all the great things that happen in your life, and then denying and blaming for all the bad things that happen in your life. And that's just not a powerful way to play. You know, we're so much more than that, than to be victim to like all the things that we don't like. And when you can really get in connection with your womb and know what you're doing, then you can just be like, bam, like take responsibility for everything. And then everything starts being amazing. And even the stuff that doesn't feel so good, you could still be like, I know exactly how I manifested that, because you are having this conversation with your womb. So that's basically what the yoni eggs do, is you're taking this crystalline energy and you're putting it inside of your body, inside of your womb space, and you're putting it in your creative center. Like, it's like good compost for your garden in essence, you know? And so you're putting this inside, and it's helping to make that space more fertile. And it's not just the crystal in itself that's doing that. It's just more so bringing awareness that this is something that needs to be happening, this relationship. And what I see with my clients is that from them getting a yoni egg, they start desiring more better choices for themselves, to where they want to eat better. They want to drink better water. They want to change their relationships. They want to be honored. They want to work out, you know, they start building altars. They start having praise time and investing in massages, and all these things that are vital for our growth and our well-being is all being opened by this egg. So It's pretty awesome.
Yes, it's kind of like a really remarkable, just how, how powerful a tool is for women. Um, so what I love about the company that you created, because I also have seen it that it is also on some stores, right? And I'm so proud of like, oh my God, they are in stores and supermarkets now in your area, and I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. I cannot wait to have them over here too in Florida. That would be so cool. But like, yeah, thank you for bringing this awareness and to make it more accessible and available for women, because it's very powerful. The other thing I wanted to say is that as an entrepreneur that you are, one of the things I admire of the Yoni Egg .com, the company itself, it's not just your passion, but also that you have such a great male with you, your husband, who is such a supporter that for some reason I believe that it helped to really, that whole co-creative aspect of the company of helping so many women, it has this strength of this male figure in your relationship, which is, to me, it's very valuable and very powerful for the people that you open, because it comes from like a place that there's such a like a very secure nest and very safe nest. So when you sell those Yoni eggs to people, they get it from you. It comes from a really place of love. So I really honor that aspect of your work, because you're in the same place and the same thing. And if I want to buy an egg, I want to get it from a place where, the people in the company itself, they represent that divine feminine, divine masculine, and support with each other. And it's such a great, we talk about the juiciness at the end of that crystal. I want that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one of the aspects I wanted to point out before I forget.
Thank you.
I love what you said, the purpose of co-creatress. So I know that we're being surrounded to so much stuff and drama and all that stuff, and if a woman right now is not feeling her greatest, and how can she really tap into being in the purpose of, the purpose co-creatress? Like, that the egg will really help. But some people will be doubting this. Like, so, what will be your answer to those people who are doubting themselves because they really want to be in the power, they really want to be in that creative stage of themselves, and they will say, well, a Yoni egg, it's really just that? Is that the key to all the answers of my problems?
No, my prescription is always earth. So there's a feedback. I don't know if there's like a mute or something that you wanted to do. Okay, cool. So yeah, my prescription is always earth, to find earth. And the crystal Yoni egg just happens to be a part of that. So a person who's lacking purpose and good vibes about their life and direction, what I would recommend is that they infuse their life with as much earth as possible. And so that means to really examine the way that you're eating, step one. And that looks like, if you're eating a lot of what I call dark energy food, which are things that are heavy, they're processed, they're artificial, they're preserved, you have to think about what those elements are and know that those are coming inside of you. So the processed is meaning that it's not real anymore. It's been broken down. So it's not in its true essence anymore. It's had to go through some sort of process in order for it to get to this new state. And then when you're eating foods with preservatives, it's like you're locking yourself into a moment of time, and you're taking those emotions of what that food is bringing to you, which is dark energy, and you're locking yourself in, you're preserving. So it gets hard to move past those feelings because you're literally preserved in like stress or depression or sadness or anger. That's what the food does to you, because it's not natural. So the body doesn't know how to process it. So what happens is the body starts crying out, and it's like, your liver cries out, and the way that it expresses itself is through you experiencing anger. And when your kidneys are crying out, it communicates to you by expressing itself through sorrow. And when so it goes on and on like that. So if you were lacking purpose, then you were missing the connection between yourself and your divine power, whatever you call that, your God, your higher self, the most high. That energy is inside of you. Guidance comes from internal. It's not necessarily external. External is just the inspiration and support, but internal is where the compass comes from. And if you are having a hard time tuning into that, I would say that your best move, in my opinion, is to cleanse yourself and to move out all of that dark energy matter out of your body, or at least beginning in the process of moving that stuff out and flooding yourself with God's gifts, which is earth. You know, the things that are here that are confident in what they do. A tree never doubts itself, you know, and rabbit never thinks that it's a dog. Like they're very confident in their purpose. And so when you're able to bring that into your system, you start to become who you're meant to be in essence. So that's the first thing. And then the crystals, the yoni eggs, just happen to be on that list as well, because they're another being that holds its constitution no matter what. A crystal, like this one is a crystal quartz, and it amplifies on whatever its frequency is, whatever it does, which is the container of knowledge. This is the all healer. This is tuned to all 7 chakras. So no matter how bad of a mood that you're in, you couldn't get this crystal and make this crystal then turn into a bad mood. The crystal is going to hold its vibration, and it's going to continue to radiate out what it's meant to do, just like everything else in nature does. Now, when you're dealing with artificial things, that's not coming from nature. So you're not meant to be lacking purpose. You're not meant to be angry. You're not meant to be sad. You're not meant to be any of these things on that spectrum of life. That's like it's an experience, but it's not who you are. Who you are is divine and purposeful and confident and all-knowing. Like all of that stuff is inside of us. So you have to really do your self-work to cleanse out your temple to be able to get into that space to get that communication.
You rock it.
Thanks.
You yoni egg it. I like that. So to recap this section, we talk about the alignment itself is actually what gives us a purpose, because once you align, you tap into your purpose. So Tiffany clearly, said it. To clear your body, to be able to tap more into that self. And when you get into that self, you also get into your purpose. So it was beautiful. And I love the aspect that you brought up, the nutrition aspect of it, because that's how we met. We met in at a convention center, right? Like it was an event of nutrition. That's how we met. We met I don't remember, maybe 6 years ago?
Long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. But it is very powerful that you mentioned and you really point out number one is to clear your body. To clear your body of all the dark energy, food, all that toxicity in the body, but also clear all the emotional, also the mindset to be in alignment with yourself. I really like the fact that you mentioned that the crystals hold the constitution no matter what, because they come from nature, which is I don't know, it just felt so good to me. It resonated so well because it could be that little, like that quick pill. If people are looking for that quick pill, right? I can just put my yoni egg on it and I'm like, yeah! I'm going to tap into the creative power of the crystal, because if I'm vibrating in low vibration, and the crystal always going to be vibrating in a high vibration, it's going to be interesting to see how that shift happened. So it was very interesting. I really like that, because I'm going to play with it more now and just really play with the energies of the crystals. So your website has a whole bunch of crystals, yoni eggs. So which one is the one that you feel like people should start with to begin with? Because there's so many of them. But which one is the one that people should start testing at first and then go advance?
Well, I don't really think that there is a wrong answer. They all work on something different, and it's really a personal choice of what you're ready to work on. Because I can't really say oh, get rose quartz because you're ready to work on love. I don't know that you're ready to tackle that. Even though you may say you want love in your life and you want harmony in your life, it may not be on the docket of supreme importance to where you're willing to do like the cleansing work that needs to be done to actually align with that. Maybe something else is more prominent that you can say like, oh, I can do that, you know? So, but with that being said, there is a lot of people who start with the rose quartz or the crystal quartz. A lot of people start with black obsidian. That's another great one. And the blackness of it represents the darkness of the womb, and it contains all the color spectrum in it. So the black obsidian is really powerful, and it comes from lava. That's what it's derived from. So it's a powerful element to put inside of the body and to take that energy in. So it's really just what you resonate with. You know, we can do a consultation together and we can talk about where you're at and all of that. To kind of narrow it down. But I always say that the best way is that there's so much information on my website. So it's kind of like choosing any other relationship where you can go through and you can read the description and you can see if it is intellectually, it attracted you. Maybe it's just, it was pretty. So it just is visually stimulating to you. Or maybe it was the, just how it made you feel, you know, just a connection, a vibration. So there's different aspects on choosing. And there was something I wanted to say too, in continuation on what you were talking about, as far as in like the egg being the magic pill. I think that people really need to move past that mindset, because us wanting to take magic pills has got us in a hell of a problem in our society. And if you look around, it's a bunch of people who have lost the ability to take responsibility for themselves because they are taking pills and they're expecting these things to just happen. And I don't know any other way. So I can't speak like I'm the God and I know everything, but I can just only speak from my experience. I have never found a way to get to where I'm at and where I'm going without going through these steps. So this is all I know. And I know for a fact that nothing that you bring like these, I would never sell this to you and tell this is going to change all your problems, because I don't believe that. This is only a company. This is a support to you to get your own life together. This is not going to do your work for you. This is just here to push you to be like, hey, remember what you said? Remember what you committed to? Like, every time you look at this damn egg, it's going to remind you of what your intention was that you set for you to do your work. And it will help bring situations to your doorstep for you to have to process, but it is not going to do everything for you. So this is the exciting news, is that we 100% have responsibility for our own lives. And that should empower you, because you have everything that you need to be able to take control of your life and move it in the direction that you want. So like, really be excited about that. But no magic pill is going to save any of us.
Love it. Love it. You just said it. Yeah. I love that you're so straight on it. It is right. It's the powerful thing, because you know sometimes you get into I just want to have that quick fix, and nothing is gonna be a quick fix. You know, it doesn't really matter. It is natural, holistic, integrative, or anything. Like Tiffany clearly said, you know, we have to do the work, and you know, life is so amazing and so beautiful, and I think like it's so orgasmic, you know. It's like it's such a journey that anything that happens in our life is such a beautiful place to be and explore where it needs to happen and go with it and utilize the tools that are available to us. And the Yoni Eggs is definitely a great tool, because I love the fact that you really nail it, that is, you know, connect us to Earth more. You know, sometimes we're so disconnected from Earth that having, you know, a tool that helps us to connect on some level, I feel like is really beautiful. So one of the things I've been following for a while with the Yoni Eggs is that not all kind of like crystals are good for the vagina, because some of them contain some chemicals, not chemical, like natural ingredients that they don't work good. Would they be able to, I know that you guys don't sell anything that is harmful, but some people are going to be like, oh, I just want to go get it from somewhere, I just found it somewhere. What would you say to that?
Well, we have, first of all, when I started out in this business, I didn't know, like I grew up with crystals, my mom raised me on them, so I know that aspect of it. But when I got into the Yoni Egg business, I didn't come with knowledge behind me. This was just something, I was a woman, a consumer, and I wanted to offer this to people because I found it. I found a source. And so there were some things that along the way where I'm still learning. You know, I'm still investing in courses. I'm still, like right now I have a mentor that is a doctor that is training me on like everything I need to know about the female genitalia and how the eggs work. And she's been working with the eggs as a physician since 1970. So this is still my, like what I'm doing on my end to find it. And there's a lot of different schools of thoughts, because when you go on the internet and you search around into the yoni egg business, there's a lot of different people that say a lot of different things. And I would have to say that I think that everybody's still trying to figure it out, you know? And so there are, with that being said, there are some crystals that, that may contain natural elements in them that wouldn't, that if you were to use, let's say in a water elixir, because that's where most of the knowledge is coming from, is like water elixirs. If I could put it in a water elixir and drink it, then that should mean it's safe to use in the yoni. And so, but sometimes there's misinformation on that, because they say like, if you can't put it in a water elixir, then you shouldn't put it in your yoni. But then there's information that says as long as it's tumbled, it's not going to transfer, the elements won't transfer to the body. So I'm still figuring it out, you know, and I think everybody else is still figuring it out as well. And I'm dedicated to figuring it out. But along the way, there have been things that I've come across where if I'm not sure about it, I don't offer it. So there's certain stones where like malachite, selenite, where to me is like a no-brainer, like I wouldn't do that. Tiger's eye, I wouldn't do those just because it doesn't feel good. Now, as far as in like the hard science data, that to me is still left to be determined, to figure out, to know for sure. But I mix that with the mixture of asking for professional opinions and seeking out gemologists, seeking out doctors, you know, just different people who I know would have that opinion. And that's where we come from that perspective of what we offer. So we're definitely like investing in with as much information that's out there to make the best decisions possible. And then we're further investing in to make sure that we're bringing content to this industry so that moving forward, everybody is very clear about what is good and what is bad. Now that's for the elemental side. As far as in like the cultivation of what we do with the stones is when they're in our area, like we're dealing with someone that is producing them in a way that we feel cool with. That's step one. And then once we get them here, we're very mindful about who we let around in our space. Like we have a yoni egg condo where all of our yoni eggs live, and we have certain elements set up there like water and fire and like selenite and things that are consistently recharging the eggs, because we have thousands of eggs, so we can't always take them out under the full moon. So we set up a system so that they're always recharging. And then we always cleanse them in therapeutic grade essential oils before sending them out. And we all just have like, we feel like we're fulfilling a purpose. This isn't just a job to us. So every single person in a position with us is in a purpose. So when we send them out to the women, it's like a special thing, you know, like the ladies who work for me, they get super excited because they're like, oh, I'm sending this out to Molly, you know, like this is so cool. And they get really excited about it. So that's what we do on our end and where we're at with it, and you know where we want to take this to overall.
Yeah, I always wonder how is the back end of the work. Yeah, it's kind of cool that you're doing that. That makes it so precious and so priceless. To be honest to you, you know, it's like when you really see the care, the love, the attention, the dedication, the purpose of putting into one amazing yoni egg, like a tool. And, you know, that's what you want. Like, I feel like you definitely, beside of all the natural qualities and magic of the crystal itself, you know, what you guys adding to it is beyond powerful. So I feel like the reason why, and I'm going to give you a compliment, the reason why people are getting results with you is because you guys doing the whole, you know, a lot of the work on it. Yeah. Mother is like, hey, here we give you the crystals, but you guys are putting like 98% of the work. And that really, really priceless. I really thank you so much for doing that work. Thank you for your dedication and your honor and your commitment to helping women to to really transform their life. I was gonna say men, but there's no way that men gonna put an egg in them. I was like, it just came to me in my head.
But they carry them around. Like we have some male clients as well, and they have a use for the eggs because the symbol, the whole setup of it is relevant for everybody. This represents new life, fertility, and birth. So you can really program this for your desires and your intentions and give birth out of this egg. So that's relevant for everybody.
Okay, so men can also buy it.
And they should be buying, even if they're not getting it for themselves, they should be gifting them for the women in their life because that's ultimately a gift for themselves, you know?
Oh, I love that. I love that. So now you hear that, guys. Come on, now you can also get it and you put it in your pocket, right? And you wear it with you all the time. Awesome. So if there's anything else that you would like to share about the womb health, I know we talk about a lot about the yoni eggs. And what else would you like to share about the womb? I know that about the nutrition is very important to put like great element into your body, aligning with earth a lot, so you can really ground yourself and you can feel this energy of infinity. Any other one more thing that you would like to add about the womb health, like?
Yeah. So we're in this period of time right now where you hear a lot of talk about divine feminine, the rise of the divine feminine. And so that's important for women. But I also want to preference this with saying that this is for everybody. Because sometimes the men come to me and they're like, well, they're saying it's all about the divine feminine, but what about us? And they get scared because they think it's leaving them out. And this is going to be a birth of another like feminism type of movement. And that's not what's happening, in my opinion. Like, from my viewpoint, that's not what's happening. What's happening is that we have experienced in past generations the extreme of both sides. We experienced extreme when the men were in power and control, and it was at the detriment of the women. And then we experienced when the women were in control and at the detriment of the men. And then now we're coming into the balance where it's like, okay, enough of the immaturity of women abusing their power and men abusing their power. Now we both know how that goes. So let's align. And let's say that we both know that we're both powerful. We don't need to compete, but we can be in alignment with each other and bring some divinity back to the earth overall. So the call that you hear where it's like the rise of the divine feminine should automatically equal the rise of the divine planet. Like everybody is rising. And within that, I think that it's important for women to take that very seriously and take responsibility for that, because our energy is dominant, and you can look at any household and see who runs that house. It's the woman. That man is not, more than likely, is not going to make decisions to piss off his wife or the woman of that house, his daughter, whoever, because that energy is just like, we're supreme with our energy. And we also control the emotions. So I think that it is the responsibility of every woman to take that seriously and to use your power righteously, to bring balance back to your own families, to your own life, and to your communities, because that is how we're going to shift this planet. You know, with all the political things that are happening, people are feeling scared and powerless, but we're really in control. And as long as you are not taking responsibility for your life and you're just going with the flow of things and not actively like jumping in there to make something happen, which could just mean something as what could seem like as insignificant as you losing the weight that you've been carrying, which is packed full of emotions and past experiences that are weighing you down. It could mean you learning how to feed yourself correctly. It could be you meaning to learn how to meditate and be in control of your thoughts. You know, maybe it's learning how to forgive. Just all of these things that maybe you don't think is gonna be like, oh, that's not the answer to politics. I would challenge you to say it actually is. And because the reason why, from my viewpoint, is that why this system is the way it is because there's a bunch of people not taking responsibility for themselves. And so therefore someone has to step in and be like, okay, all these people don't want to feed themselves. Fine, let's feed them. And they're not going to look for the best way to do it. They're going to be the cheapest and the quickest way. So that's how we get GMOs. All these people don't want to govern themselves. They can't take responsibility. Fine, let's put in this political system. And it doesn't even need to be fair because they don't even care. They're not even taking responsibility for their own selves. So I just feel like I see a bunch of those kind of things happening, and it's people not taking responsibility or like really tapping into their, maybe you don't know you need to take responsibility. So let me just take that judgment off and just say that you're actually more powerful than you may know. And it would behoove you to seek out the tools to be able to align with that. And that doesn't mean that you have to buy anything. It just means cleanse your body. Just start there. Cleanse your body. My son right now, he's 14 years old, and he's on a, I think in total he'll do 30 days. So this is a self-imposed fast that he's doing for himself. But at 14, he's already learning the importance of fasting and cleansing his body, and how he can take control of his life by just something as simple as what he's putting into his mouth. So I put that challenge out to everybody, is start with a cleanse. You know, now is the perfect time. No matter when you're watching this video, it applies to right now is the perfect time to begin to get in touch with your internal self so that you can tune into the message of your divine and what you really came here to do, and be of assistance to the planet by being your fullest expression and not just being another robot that's a part of the system that is just causing constipation on our planet. You know, like, let's move. Let us see your beauty. Like, open yourself up. Let us see that. We need that. And we are actually at a deficiency by you not being at your highest and best. So I just wish that for you all. I hope that you all want that for yourselves and want that for your community, and really know that you are so powerful and you are already creating your world, but let's make it more beautiful by being in tune to what is actually happening.
Bam, you said it. So delicious. So delicious. The way you said it was so delicious. Ah, feels so good. I love it. Yeah, we had to. What I feel like we definitely need to be more responsible in every single aspect of our life. Like, self-responsibility is one of the biggest. Like, it's like a core foundation of who we are, and if we don't get there, yeah, it's like nothing can really flow. So I love the fact that you're really into it. Like, I can see you that you're like so into it. It's like, wow, these women, and I know that you walk your talk. I know, I see you and you walk your talk, and there's no nonsense here. That's one of the biggest things that you see on your social media. Is like self-responsibility is like a must. Yeah, I love the way that you put it together.
Thank
So.
you.
Loving you so much. How people can fall in love with you? I know your website, yoniegg.com. Where else they can follow you? And what do you have going on right now? Like, any program, any event, any retreat? What do you have going on right now if somebody can just want to connect with you and join you?
Yeah, so you can find me. My name is everywhere on the internet, Tiffany Janay. So that's what I'm under: Instagram, Facebook. Those are kind of the only two places I hang out. But you can also check out our website, yonieggs.com, and there is a sign up for our newsletter where you can get information about our events. My husband and I right now are working on some not podcasts, but on webinars. So really bringing this information that we have inside of our head and then putting it in cohesive packages so that people can tap into that and get these tools. So that will be available very soon at Organic Blood. But you can follow any of us. Where Organic Blood is our company, and Tiffany Janay. So between those, you'll find us anywhere on social media and can stay in tune with us. You're on mute.
Here we go. Yeah, and Tiffany and I, we have got together, and we're going to be doing some amazing work. So yes, subscribe to her newsletter. Come and hop into my website to luciagabriela.com to also see what magical stuff we have going on. But also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, subscribe. We have amazing speakers coming up, because this is the place to be if you want to learn more about relationship, love, sensuality, sexuality, and all these juiciness in life, and how to really be in your power. Because Tiffany, every single speaker come, they really share amazing tools. So if you just watch this in the last few minutes, I encourage you to go back at the beginning and grab your pen and paper and write down everything and take notes. Take as many notes as you can, because there was so many goodies in this talk today that if you apply it every single day of your life, I guarantee you're going to see a lot of transformation happening. It's just one simple tool, one simple thing that you learned today. Apply it every single day of your life. It's that 10%, 10%, 10%. By the end of of your life, you're gonna be like, whoa, it's incredible, right? Like an investment. So apply one thing at a time. Be consistent about it, and live your life.
Yes.
And be powerful. Because Tiffany and I, we truly believe that you are the most amazing, powerful being that you can be, and maybe you don't know about it yet, but you are. You are. So trust us. You are powerful. So take action today. Review it. Take note. Take action, and I'll see you next time.
Wait,
Thank you
one
so
more
much,
thing.
Tiffany.
I want to
Yeah.
give something to your viewers. So until the 23rd at yonieggs.com, if you all use the code SURPRISE, you can take 40% off of one of our eggs. So please take advantage of that.
Awesome. Woo! 40%, 40%, 40%, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. I love you so much. Thank you for joining
I
us
love you
today.
too.
Have a great one, everybody. And take action today. Live your life and be fully orgasmic. All right, now I have to find my finish button, and you're going to wait with me because I have to wait it. I'm looking for it. Here you go. All right, see you guys.